Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Larry Wheels and his own admittance that he uses steroids. And Larry Wheels has been using steroids since the age of 16. He's been using steroids pretty much most of his weightlifting career. And he talks about his life, how he grew up being moved from home to home, how his dad left, and how he was basically introduced to not only steroids but many other drugs through a friend of his that was a little older than he was. His friend was about 22, 23, the age he is now, when he was like 16. And this is the guy that was his workout partner. That's who he was working out with. And this guy basically introduced him to a lot of different drugs and also steroids. And steroids being the latter of the drugs that Larry Wheels was introduced to, he decided that the other drugs that the guy was using and had him using with him was Larry Wheels' choice. He made a choice on doing the drugs that he did, and at some point in his own interview with himself, basically, he pretty much admitted that he enjoyed using the drugs.
So it's like I was doing these hard drugs and I was getting hooked. I was enjoying it. I was liking it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was liking.
But he saw that the hard drugs that he was using was gonna take him down the wrong road. But Larry Wheels stated that he decided to stop using those hard drugs and stay with the steroids because the steroids was gonna take him where he wanted to go.
When he introduced me to steroids, I was like, shit. Like, I was craving the feeling of just being good at something so bad that I was like, let's do it. Let's go. You know, like I was ready to, I was like, at that moment, I knew the risks. I was ready to die for it. Like, I just wanted to be good at something so bad.
And that was to be the best at what he was doing, and that was powerlifting. So he pretty much maintained the steroids, and the guy that he normally worked out with and used the other recreational drugs with, he's saying that the last time he remembered, this guy is homeless. So he did make a better choice of leaving those other hard drugs alone, but he didn't state what those drugs were. But hard drugs, we can kind of like use our own imagination. That's kind of where he left it at. But Larry Wheels did admit that he was on steroids and basically saying that you have to pretty much educate yourself and accept the consequences of you using that particular drug. It's like I told you all before, and I get a lot of flack on my channel anyway, but it goes with the territory. They talk about me a lot, saying I'm lying on people. At least this guy's not doing like Cali Muscle, lying about being natural. You just simply cannot get that big and that ripped like Larry Wheels is, like Cali Muscle is, without performance enhancing drugs. And a lot of you young guys, for some reason, you all are dead set on believing that you can. At least I'm telling you the truth about the whole matter is. I'm not saying not to like Cali Muscle, not to like Larry Wheels. Just know what they're doing. Knowing that the way they look is not possible for you in the gym. And you can pretty much avoid injuring yourself trying to keep up with what these guys are doing, because their bodies work totally different than yours do. And that's I've been preaching on this channel from day one. You can't do what they do. You can appreciate what they do as far as the work that they put in, because even though they're on drugs, they still have to put the work in. They still have to do that, you know, and they are accepting the consequences of whatever happened to them from using the drugs. I mean, that's on them. But don't do like Cali Muscle is doing, saying that he's natural, having you believe that he's natural and that you can look like he do. You can get as big as these guys are naturally. You can do that. But you're going to have some fluff with it. Like I said before, you're going to have some fat with it. But you can get as big as they can. Well, I mean, it's possible. You know, if you got good genetics, you can still get that size. But you're not going to have all those cuts and stuff like they do. That's impossible. Now, you can slim down, become smaller, and get more cut. But not to super great detail, because the body is a perfect machine. And it's going to always make you retain a certain amount of water. So that's life. You can look real nice, smaller. Or you can look pretty good, bigger. It's just up to you on what you want to do. That's the reality of weightlifting. The reality of it. And I have to give kudos to this guy, Larry Wills, because he's at least admitting that he uses the drugs and not trying to create this illusion. So now he may lose subscribers. I don't know. He may lose some. I don't know. But the thing about it is that the ones that he do maintain, they're going to know what he's doing. He's going to talk about what he's doing. And there's going to be no way for anybody to slip up behind him and say anything different, because what he's saying is the truth. He already told you what he's using. So there's no guesswork about it anymore. You know. And if you're following him, you follow him just because you like the guy. You know, just like Rich Piano. Rich Piano said what he was doing, and he still had millions of followers. So it depends on what you want to do. You know, you got a lot of folks out there that don't mind taking steroids. My channel is all natural. You know, I'm in it for the long haul. I want to be healthy for the term of my life, if that's possible. You know, health is my whole thing. I mean, me lifting 700-800 pounds is just not my goal in life. So that's what I want to talk to y'all about. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And again, I'll be talking to you later.